Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're continuing the project of raising Mumbles Pond and installing the overflow pipe. This will take standard rains, that'll take heavy rains. And we are getting a beautiful overcast day to get this done. We already have the ducks out in the pond enjoying the weather. Everybody came out earlier today because we had a camping day for the broilers and they headed off to freezer camp this morning. Now my dad and I already got this project started yesterday by raising the spillway, and now Mumbles Pond can actually hold more water. So make sure to check out that video before this one because it's all going to tie together. We're just continuing from where we left off. And the main goal of today is to get the overflow pipe set and in place. What's going on? Staying cool? And I showed you in the last video, but we are going to be installing 60 feet of 4-inch pipe here for the overflow on Mumbles Pond. Oh, hey little fella. Where are you going? You'd make a juicy bird snack. But we have 60 feet of 4-inch Schedule 40 pipe. We have 4 straight couplers and one 22.5-degree angle coupler. Because we are going to be coming through the dam at an angle, and then we're going to be going straight down to the collection pond. And like I said, yesterday we got the transit out and we laid out exactly where the pipe is going to go. So you can see the white mark in the dam that we're going to be cutting down to install the overflow pipe. And that's actually where the water level is going to be coming up to. So that's going to be a lot more water we can hold in Mumbles Pond. And on a side note, the garden entrance is looking beautiful. Just gorgeous. Now to get the overflow pipe in today, we're going to be using the ditch witch to make the trench, the same one we used to get electric out to Mumbles Pond. And my brother was able to borrow one and drop it off yesterday, so we have it sitting out here ready to go. And the ditch witch out here has a 4-inch blade, so we'll be able to dig a 4-inch trench and hopefully drop a 4-inch pipe inside. I would prefer to do most of the digging with the machine. So I am going to get this fired up and we got to get it taken down to where we're going to be putting the ditch in. A little bit of choke. There we go, Pop. We'll let her warm up and then we can get started. We're here, Pop. You gotta dig a trench. I still have some shovel work to do. It's unavoidable whenever you have to turn around in the ditch. You always get one section that it won't take out. We'll get her done, Pop. Get the trench and shovel. Here it is, Pop. Good boy. Well, we have a trench here. I got it pretty much cleaned out. I don't have that very edge done yet because I want to hit it with a transit one more time because I don't want to take out too much. And we're also going to look at the level of the trench here. We want to make sure we have nice slope going down the hill, but we have a hill already, so I think we're going to be good. We're just going to double check it before I get all the pipe glued together and dropped in. And then once we drop the pipe in, I need to make sure this end is exactly where I want it before we get it all sealed up. I'm going to be sealing it with the natural clay that we have here, but I also have 50 pounds of bentonite that I'm going to mix in with it to try and create a nice plug. We also used about 150 pounds over here on the spillway to try and hold everything together. And it looks like we're going to get a good test here this week whenever we get a lot of rain. Hopefully it'll fill right up to the spillway, or rather the overflow pipe. But as you can see over here, last night my dad and I got the gravel put in. The battery was already dead on the camera though. And I'll probably have to get some more gravel to cover up the rest of this because we don't want this washing out all the time. And I'll have to get some more gravel to finish off this fabric, and then we'll just have topsoil and grass all around it. Because for the most part, this should stay dry unless we get really heavy rains that the overflow pipe can't handle. But I think I have the trench ready for the pipe. We just need to double check it with the transit and make sure we have a nice good slope. And since we have a trench like we do, I'm gonna have to glue everything together and then lay the whole section in at once. We definitely don't have enough room down in the ditch to do the gluing. So I'm gonna have to wait until my dad gets back to do the transit, and then we can get the pipe laid in. Huh, Pup, you staying in the shade underneath the oak tree? Good boy. That's given some good shade this year. I planted this, I think, maybe 8 years ago now. Maybe even more. How old are you? You're 9, puppy. I actually think I planted this 9 years ago then. The willow's a little bit younger, but it's just as big. And I need to get some more willow up on the back of this collection pond. I'm gonna block all that off with the willow. And they love water, so that'll help suck up this pond too. Huh, bud, you like water? I see you. Yeah, we're doing some work in your puddle. All right, let me get a drink and then we'll get out here once my dad gets back. Come on, pup. Load up. Load up. Good boy.
pull this out, we gotta shovel some dirt in.
Under that belly.
Pretty much from here. You want to glue this together, or do you want to go see what else we have?
I want to make sure we have all the pieces first. Hey Dizzy, do we have any pipe fittings up here? I'm hoping we have some scrap pieces I can use. I'm thinking I could probably use this Fernco, but I don't know if we have another coupler. Come on, give me a coupler. Oh, what's this? Is that schedule 40? That feels right. That might be exactly what I need. Let's see here. Everything else is an angle. Okay, don't need angles. Oh, we have a cap. That's 3-inch. That's drain pipe. Okay, I think we got what we need, pup. I think this will fit. We'll have to check it. And oh, look at that big old T. Don't need that. I'm gonna grab this. Grab this 90 real quick, just to keep dirt out of the pipe. All right, I think this will do. Now we just got to get the glue. I hear you. Back it up, Gina. Ducks, what's going on in there? Lots of feathers. Oh, goats. We'll see if this works. All right, we have it all laid out here. It looks like we're gonna have a little bit too much pipe, so my dad's grabbing the saw. We can cut off the excess. And I did get the angle estimation off. We don't need the 22-degree angle. We just need the straight couplers. And luckily I was able to find one of them up in the barn that we're able to finish this pipe off. Probably been saving that coupler for about 14.5 years, and it's finally gonna get a spot. But we're making progress. This will take standard rains. That'll take heavy rains.
What were you saying about the heavy rains there?
We should pound the rebar down and maybe try and grab it a little bit to help.
Could do that.
So you get some bent right underneath it. Would you look at that pup? That is looking good. Almost like it never even happened. Except now we have an overflow pipe stuffed into the dam. And hopefully it's sealed. I worked in that bentonite clay the best I could with the dirt whenever I was bringing it up. I worked it in, we packed it in with the digging bar, so hopefully that's all sealed in and the water only goes through the pipe. But look at all that space underneath the pipe. We have at least 6 inches we're going to be adding to Mumbles Pond. Now, it might take a little while for this to get tested, but we are supposed to get some heavy rains this week, so it could fill up quick. Huh, Mumbles? What are you doing, girl? We're raising your pond up. And right now, it's sitting at maybe 8 feet. Yeah, I think we're sitting right at 8 feet. So that's pretty good. We should get up to about 8.5 feet, maybe even a touch higher. But we used the transit and we set the opening of the pipe here at the bottom 3 inches below the emergency spillway. So whenever this starts taking full pipe, that'll start taking some of the water volume too. And Mumbles Pond is a runoff pond. We don't have a fresh spring feed in the pond. We only get water whenever it rains. Pup, we're almost done here. We got it all packed in. I drove over it with the blueberry, so hopefully the water sheds right off of it. And it's looking good all the way down here. We didn't even have to cut the pipe. It took about 60 feet, actually all 60 feet of pipe, and we're popping out right here. And we are kind of in the water. I'm wondering if it would be a good idea to lower the spillway over here a little bit, so that way we have this pipe out in the daylight. I don't want this freezing back up into the pipe. So I might just have to lower that spillway a little bit and get this water to drop below where we have the opening of the overflow. And we're probably going to widen this out a little bit too and make a bigger collection pond. But the goal today was to get the overflow pipe in, and I just threw a 90 on it right there so we could work without getting the mud in the pipe. But that could actually be nice whenever we have water overflowing Mumbles Pond, instead of it coming down here too quick and washing any of this out. If I keep the 90 on there like that, at least during the summer, the water will overflow and it'll kind of just bubble up over and probably have less erosion. But I definitely have to take it off before winter or that'll freeze up. But we will make the collection pond a little bit bigger here. I got to get these lilies dug out and transplanted. But the goal was to raise Mumbles Pond, and I think we got that accomplished. We just have to wait for the rain. But the overflow pipe is in, and I stuck it out a little bit so we can still get some rocks on the dam here. But it's got me excited for the next rain to see if we can start collecting more water in Mumbles Pond. And to collect more water in Mumbles Pond, we're gonna have to hope this spillway holds, because we built it up a little bit, and like I said, we mixed a bunch of bentonite clay into this dirt too as we built it up and packed it in. I got these gravel and stones in here so the water doesn't wash out too quickly. So we got the spillway built up and rocked just like we had it before, but now it's a lot higher. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna hold water, because we did build this up a little bit before whenever we just used clay, and that seemed to work. We just used clay in the backhoe to run it over. And this time we took a lot more care to it and really mixed in the bentonite clay, which is gonna expand whenever it gets wet and help fill in any of the cracks that we still have open. What are you doing, Duke? You getting those bugs? Look at that duck butt. You go ahead, bud. You birds. Hey, Mumbles. How you doing? But all right, we raised Mumbles Pond. We got the spillway done and the overflow pipe installed. Huh, pup? Is it dinner time? We got a chicken in the oven. All right, guys, that's going to be all for this one. We're raising Mumbles Pond here, and now we just have to wait for the rain. If you want to keep following along with everything here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and if you want to help support the channel even more, check out my website, whittacresdesigns.com. And you can see me and Echo and all the birds on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Good boy.